I want to demonstrate cleaning a brush with dried latex on it. This brush has been dry for about 3 weeks. As you can see, that latex is really dried on there. That's a pretty hard dry brush. We're going to follow the protocol for cleaning dried brushes, which is one, try to break the bristles up a little bit so that the Dizzolve can penetrate into it. So we're going to break it up like that. We're going to take and drop it into the Dizzolve like that. We're going to let it sit for a few seconds, and I'm going to hurry up the process in the name of saving time. We're going to just take a wire brush, do what we can to just open up the film, break the film of the latex on the brush. Okay, so you kind of open it up so the Dizzolve can penetrate, and then just drop it in the Dizzolve and soak it overnight. Okay, good morning then. Here is that brush with the dried 123 primer on it that we allowed to soak overnight. We recommend an overnight soak. You might remember that the brush we started with yesterday looked something like this brush, really fouled up with dried latex paint. Been dry about 3 weeks, but still pliable, still bendable. So we're going to take this brush out of the Dizzolve like this and go to work on it. Now this is not going to be abracadabra. It'll take a little bit of work to clean up a brush that was that fouled up, but I think you'll feel that it's worth it with Dizzolve. What I'm going to do then is just take a wire brush and gently work the flag tips on the end of the bristles like this on both sides, because that's the area where the paint sticks the most, is in the flag tips. So we'll get without, remember now, we don't want to use the wire brush very much or very hard. We just want to be gentle with it because we don't want to ruin the bristles of the brush. Okay, so now we're going to take a brush comb and begin to work the latex, the 123 primer out of the bristles of this brush. So we give it a little combing like so, a little combing like this on the other side, and you can see it's beginning to pull. Just take the paint right out of the bristles of the brush. Okay, so we want to we can put our hands right down in the Dizzolve. We're going to take and massage those bristles a little bit with the fingertips. We're using the bristles of the brush as an abrasive against themselves. Just kind of roll it between your fingers like that, and that tends to take the paint off of the bristles. Okay. So again, this is going to take a few minutes. Of course, the other option on this might have been to just throw the brush out, and that's not something you want to do. A brush like this costs in the neighborhood of $20, and if you just put a few minutes into it, you can actually save a brush that's gone that bad with Dizzolve brush cleaner and conditioner. Okay. Back with a little bit of the wire brush. Once again, this brush was pretty hard, pretty dried. It was been dried for about 3 weeks with 123 primer dried on it for 3 weeks, and you can clearly see that it's gradually coming clean with just a gentle working with the wire brush, some little fingertip work with rolling the brush between your fingers, some combing with the comb, the brush comb like this. And we're beginning to get a nice clean brush. Okay. Again, roll it between the fingers. I think this is going to take roughly about 5 minutes total to clean the bristles of this brush and get them reusable and ready to go back on the job site again. You can see that it's substantially clean already. But we're just going to do a little refinement now. We're going to get down onto the flag tips and work the flag tips, because that's where the paint sticks the most, is in the flag tips. The tip ends of the bristles, we're just going to take those and roll them between our fingers like that, and that's going to pull the dried paint out of the bristles. Again, a little more work with the brush comb. And you can work your brush to various degrees of perfection depending on what you like, but you can see the little bit more time you put into it, the cleaner your brush actually comes. So what I'm going to do now is stop the process and show you what we have after, I don't know, what has it been, about 5 minutes perhaps. So here again, a brush that was completely dried with 1-2-3 primer for 3 weeks, done with Dizzolve, again rinsed in a strong detergent solution. We do recommend Tide laundry detergent. This takes the Dizzolve out of it, otherwise you'd have a greasy brush. And when we take this out of the soap solution, we have a substantially clean brush. Okay, now I'm going to go here to clean water to take the soap out of the brush and give it a little spin and show you what you have at this point in time. Now you take a good close look at that. Here we have a little bit of paint still stuck on the bristles. I don't know if you can see that or not, but substantially that is a clean brush. Take a look. Now with a little more effort you can go ahead and get the rest of the little bits of stuck paint off of there. You can kind of just work it with your fingers in the soap and water if you like, and that'll remove the rest of that. So again, this has been Dizzolve Brush Cleaner and Conditioner, cleaning a very hard latex brush dry for 3 weeks with 1-2-3 primer.